Beaver fans, and welcome back to another episode of Meet the Beavers. This is episode 21. Sorry we missed you guys last week. A little bit of planning, a little bit of busyness at this time of the year, but we're right in the thick of it for the spring sports, baseball and softball, track and field going on as well. Again, always lots of exciting things happening in and around campus. As always, I'm your host, Colt Clementich, back with our next guest for this week. He comes to us from the baseball team, and with that, we'll get started. He's a dual threat outfielder and a pitcher for Minot State Beaver Baseball. Give it up for senior out of Goodyear, Arizona, Connor Hill. Connor, thanks for being here today.
Yeah,
How
thanks
you
for
doing?
having me. Good.
Good. So yeah, it's good to have you here, Connor. Just first off, how's it going for you? How are you doing individually, and how's the team doing at this time?
Well, I feel good. I think as a team, we're just kind of like trying to find our stride again a little bit, I would say. A lot of pressure put on like the upperclassmen, the seniors, because at the beginning of the year, like we came out like guns blazing. Offense was just doing their thing, and then kind of like hit a little bump when we came back, and like ever since trying to find our identity. We're coming back from Duluth on a one-game win streak right now, so hopefully we can ride that into Northern tomorrow.
Well, good deal. We'll preview some of that a little bit today as well. But first, the team probably has not. The start probably hasn't gone the way you guys had hoped. But for you, a great start to the year, hitting .330, 4 home runs, and then you've also gotten some time on the mound as well, wheeling and dealing. Who do you attribute, or who or what do you attribute this fast start to?
Honestly, I kind of like take it back to where I come from. Like my closest friends back home, like we would hit and throw every day. My closest friend, he plays down at Arizona Christian University. He was the catcher, I was the pitcher, going from high school, from club to high school, all the way up. And like honestly, like kind of like going back for winter break, just kind of like being like, dude, like, don't try to make it too much. Just hit your spot. Like, do what you can do. Do what you did in high school with us, and kind of just ride that as long as you can. So I definitely contribute to them, and then also my dad as well. My dad, like, when I was growing up, my dad built a pitching mound on the side of our house, and he would literally put on the full gear and everything, and like he would just be like, all right, let's go. Let's work on this today. Let's work on that, and then just ever since then, like, not thinking too deep into it and just going out and doing what you know you can do.
Hey, that's good parenting right there.
Yeah.
That's a good dad looking out for his kid. And for you being from Arizona, you mentioned the setup there. Do you take time to? Well, obviously, with that, do you take time, with old high school friends? You go out and maybe play catch once in a while and practice a bit.
Oh yeah. Right, like the first day we came down for winter break. I mean, since we've been freshmen in college, we've done live ABs ever since we came back. So we've got a few friends who play at U of A, ASU, and then we've got a friend, his name's Noah. He plays D2 ball down in Georgia, and we just get a bunch of like NAIA guys down in Arizona. We're just like, hey, we're gonna go to like a high school for 3 to 4 hours. Everyone's gonna throw around 50 pitches. Go in there, and if you can swing it, and just like dudes being dudes, I guess.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of Arizona, I mentioned pre-show that we had Gage Eastlick earlier on in the series, to talk to us about the Arizona trip. So what was that experience like for you, kind of going back closer to home, and just to be straight weeks there, not having to go to class? Obviously, you had to worry about assignments, but not having to go to class, just playing baseball. What did it feel like down there?
I loved it. I mean, I grew up, obviously, in Goodyear, Arizona. Spring training is really big down there. So you've got the Goodyear ballparks, you've got Camelback Ranch right there. And, like, to me, like, playing in, like, the facility that we're at felt exactly like club ball. Same setup and everything, and just, like, it was so fun to actually play a college game in Arizona, because I've never done that. And the first game that I pitched down there, all of my homies who like Nathan Green, Caleb Smith, all of these guys that like I played high school ball with and are like my closest friends, went and watched, and it was just like, it was surreal for me, because I'm always coming down to watch them, and now I went down and they were watching me. So it was really fun. Like, it just felt like club ball, like I was back in high school again, honestly. Like, no stress, nothing. It was just go out there, see the ball, hit it, have fun. You know what I mean?
Kind of relive the childhood days
Yeah,
a little bit.
100%.
That had to have been awesome. Well, good deal right there. And talking more so about Arizona and moving up here to Minot, there's a little difference in the weather a little bit there. So this season, you guys were able to start at home, maybe not quite on time, but maybe sooner than I guess maybe in some years past. But with how fortunate we've had with the weather clearing up, still kind of on the chilly side a little bit. You had a few of those games get moved on the road, but how good was it to get back in front of the home crowd just this past month?
It was fun. I personally think that Corbett, when we're playing our best ball, and just like the amount of people that would show up, even like, for instance, like when we played Mankato that first game, like it was nice out, and just to see like kind of like a community come and watch, it was really fun. And like say like we go and we scratch 2 runs across, and like everyone's just like screaming, and it was fun. It was really fun to like just be back and like actually get like a bearings that we do have a home field, and like, hey, like this is our turf, kind of, I would say, which to me is just it kind of fueled me even more to play. Just like seeing your people in your classes go to games too, and you're like, you know what, like I want to show out for them too. So it's like a full circle a little bit. So yeah, I love it.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear that, certainly. And you mentioned a good point there. The home facility, Corbett Field, obviously, it's fascinating how coaches are able to bring guys onto campus, in a cold climate city, a cold climate university, and there are just some years where you may not get to play much at Corbett Field. What's a message or description you could give to other baseball athletes that do not play at a cold climate school? How would you describe to them, what it's like being on the road for a month straight and also having to deal with cancellations and rescheduling?
It's like you just kind of gotta grind through it, like take the punches that they give, and then just know that no matter what, you're gonna play your games. Doesn't matter where or even like who you're gonna be playing, but you're gonna play. I think that being with a team on the road, also, like it doesn't matter like our games get canceled, like we're all just like, you know what, like we're going anyways, like so like being close with your teammates in those times is like really huge, because no one wants to have a home series get moved to a random field in Minnesota. And being able to like kind of like keep your friends close at those points and like just like enjoy every moment that you can with your team on the road also makes it go by quicker, and just it makes it more fun.
Talking more of the intricacies of the game, so you dove into both batting and pitching this season. Is there one you prefer over the other, or you just like to help the team out whatever you can with?
So when I was an underclassman, because I transferred from Point Loma, they saw me as a pitcher first for a little bit, and then my sophomore year I got a few cracks at like playing like the field, and like my junior year they took away the bat, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this isn't as fun as what it used to be. And like I don't know, like the way that I'm wired, like I would say I'm a hitter first, and I just like pitching. So definitely playing the field, outfield, and like hitting is like probably way more fun for me. I would 100% agree with that.
I totally get it. Yeah, that's fair. And moving to a team perspective here, where do you guys? This is just kind of down the line before we get to preview Northern here. Where do you guys hope to be or hope to accomplish as we get near the end of the regular season?
Like the one thing that I remember I talked to our team after we played UMary was that our identity of a team is going to be no matter what the score is, no matter what it is. Like I believe in our team and myself that it doesn't matter what the score is, that we're in every game. And I mean, when we were at UMary, it felt like that. Like we won the first game, and then that second game, like we staffed it, but everyone who touched the ball, we were like full confidence in them, like going out, like getting their 3 outs, getting out of the game, and like just like having like that belief, I think, because I mean, kind of like fake it till you make it, you know what I mean? So I would say just like going 100% in full confidence in ourselves, because when we do that, games are close. And I mean, I know when our offense is on, like it's going to be hard to stop us. So basically full throttle to the end. Just like keep going, honestly.
Yeah, good to have that confidence. Before we get into some of the classroom life that you possess, we mentioned Northern State tomorrow. How excited are you guys? And kind of give a little preview for the home fans.
Well, I'm really excited because we played them, what was it? We played them once in Arizona, and I mean, from inning 1 to inning 7 of that game, we were in full control. I think it would be a really good start for us for the last 10 games to just go out there and play our game and like basically play a faceless opponent, if you will. Doesn't matter who we're playing. Just go out there and just like give it to them. You know what I mean? Like just full throttle. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna step aside from baseball for a minute. Let's talk about your classroom experience and tell us your major and a little bit of what you like to do life on campus.
So I'm a exercise, sports and rehabilitation major. I would say that the classes that I've been in here are kind of like way more like student orientated, I would say. Like where I'm coming from, like I mean, it was pretty tough over at Loma doing schoolwork and then having to practice and then playing. But here it feels like the teachers actually are like on your side a little bit more and like way more like there for you, I would say. I think that like I have a few good connections with my teachers here. Beth Marshner, she's 100% my favorite teacher of all time. She just kind of gets it, and she makes her classes really easy for student athletes to just like communicate like, hey, you can't be here for this day for the exam, okay, come in next week, and there's no stress of it at all. I really appreciate that because that takes the stress out of that, and then I can just go and play and then come back and be like, okay, this is what I got to do. And then for things like on campus that I really like to do, I love lifting, and I mean I love our wellness center. I'm there.
It's wonderful.
24/7, I swear. Like in the fall, like after practice, I'd be in there and like just taking advantage of like the things that are actually on campus like that are really, really fun for me. My roommates, they love frisbee golf, and they're talking about going and doing that, and I mean they have.
They just got those set up.
Yeah.
Just
and
recently.
Then we would normally go into the bubble around like 9 o'clock, like an hour before they close, and we would take the golf mats out and we would just hit golf balls. So just like using everything we can here to just kind of like escape from baseball, like find a few hobbies and whatnot, and it's just nice to have things that you can do up here.
Oh
like
yeah.
That, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few things that students and people around the community can take advantage right here at Miami State University, and Connor is just an example of that, guy. So be on the lookout for some other cool things around campus. And a couple of fun little questions here, Connor, before we send you off here. Is there an athlete that you like to look up to? I know we asked this last time, but is there somebody that kind of gives you a little inspiration?
Yeah, I would say Corbin Carroll and the Diamondbacks. I love that guy. Every time I go down to Arizona, like my best friend Greeny, he's like, dude, you gotta swing like Corbin Carroll, and I love it. And like he's a corner outfielder, pretty speedy guy, and like he just kind of gets after it, and he's got like that way of him that like it doesn't seem like anything phases him, and like I love that guy. Like he's a dog. He's a dog. So.
That's kind of a segue to my next question. Favorite teams or players? I guess you being from Arizona, would you say the Diamondbacks and Corbin Carroll are your favorites?
Yeah. So I have another team too. So my family's from Nebraska, so we are huge Nebraska Cornhusker fans.
Oh, nice.
Like they've been season ticket holders since like '68, and like I haven't skipped a game. Yeah, I haven't skipped a game since I don't even remember. I remember waking up on like Saturday mornings when I was like 10. Smelling like biscuits and gravy, and then college game days on.
Oh,
and
perfect.
I mean, like everyone who knows me knows that like I can't miss a game. Like I know everything, and like Grant Gabbard on our team, he's a Colorado fan, and I'm a Husker fan, so that's a little bit of a rivalry there. So like we'll like chirp each other about that. So it's I would say the Huskers and the Diamondbacks for sure.
Oh, good deal. And before we get you off here, do you have any future goals or aspirations, either on the baseball field or in the classroom. Where do you kind of see yourself down the line?
I think I want to stay near baseball as long as I can. I kind of want to do what Caleb does, like the strength training aspect of everything with baseball, I would say, and then kind of like going into coaching. For instance, like this is my last year here. I've been talking to Pat, another strength and conditioning guy here, and I've kind of already set up that I'm going to be like coaching with him over the summer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so kind of like leaning my way towards like the kind of like the development of baseball, if you will, and just kind of like being around there because I mean, I've been playing for 15 some years or something like that, and like I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I can like pass on to other guys, and like I'm like really big on seeing people like develop and like grow into the person that they're supposed to be or like aspire to be. So like I'm all for that stuff. So I would say like strength and conditioning and then like the coaching aspect of it, but I would want to stay like more like in the gym because that's kind of like my home. So yeah.
No, gym rat is
Yeah,
what they say.
yeah.
No, that's good, and good that you're doing that too. Because I've seen a few guys, or I know it's a few guys that have given back to the Minot community and
Yeah.
helping the young kids, learn to develop their swing or pitching, whatever it is. I see a lot of the training that happens upstairs at Heilman's Performance, so that's good to give back and good to find that to be a passion too. So, Connor, anything else you want to mention to the hometown fans?
Show up and show out for us, man. Like, there's a lot of seniors on this team that want to see a lot of people out there, and I mean, if you guys show up, we're gonna show out. So yeah.
Awesome, and be there tomorrow at noon, Corbett Field, when Minot State hosts the Northern State Wolves. Connor, thanks for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and there you have it, folks. That was senior Connor Hill from the baseball team. Once again, they take on the Wolves tomorrow, noon at Corbett Field. Be sure to, like Connor said, show up and show out. And we definitely appreciate all the support in and around Minot State University athletics. Also, be sure to check us out on social media, Minot State Athletics on Facebook, X, Instagram, wherever you can find your social media handles, wherever Minot State Athletics is found. That's all for this show today, folks. Thanks for tuning in once again. Like I said, sorry we missed you last week, but hopefully we'll see you again next time. As always, I'm your host, Colt Clementich, signing off. You guys have a good rest of your week.